Hi guys, and thank you for joining us. Can you introduce yourselves?
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Anya.
I'm Shaylee.
And you people run the Girls Who Code, right? Can you tell us a little bit about the program?
Girls Who Code is an international nonprofit organization that helps teach young girls how to code, because the coding and engineering field is generally a male-dominated field, and they want to bring more females into it to make it more inclusive. And it's better to teach them at a young age that we can help them be prepared for that. Whatever. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. And who can participate in Girls Who Code? I'm assuming it's just girls, right? But what's the age range?
It's 3rd to 5th graders, so 8 to 10 years old, and so our code that we teach them is fairly simplified, just so that it's easier for them to understand.
And why do you three run the New Milford section of Girls Who Code?
Our computer science teacher approached us and asked if we would, get in contact with the youth agency and help to run the program, because we had all taken a computer science class together.
What are usual sessions like?
Well, we have done Girls Who Code before, and we're doing it again. Our first session, it was about an hour long, and we had 10 minutes to get the girls there and get the girls back, and then we had an activity that would help them do that would introduce them to some basics of coding, like binary, just some stuff like that. And then we would have them play around on the programming that we use, which is Scratch, which uses block coding, because that's a very visual aspect of decoding, which is helpful.
Okay, and how do you prepare these activities? Do you work with anyone, or do you do it all yourselves?
Well, when we did our first session, we would talk to our AP computer science teacher, and she had a teacher's assistant too, that we would ask them questions about what are some things that we can do with the girls to, keep them occupied and actually be able to teach them. And then something else that we use to teach them is the Girls Who Code actual website, because they do have a bunch of lessons that we can use that puts things into simple terms for the girls to understand.
But we also would come up with some of our own ideas, because some of the lessons that were on the Girls Who Code website were kind of either too complicated or weren't supplementary enough to really help them understand.
And in what direction are you planning to take this session or this program in the future?
We do want to continue doing this. We're probably going to continue doing it with the girls who've taken it before and create our own lesson, but create a lesson 2-ish, because the Girls Who Code doesn't offer a next level. So we would just have to plan things out ourselves and be able to help girls create maybe a more full project than just a little snippet that we've been doing.
And what are some things that you guys have coded that you're proud of?
So the three of us worked collaboratively on a project for our computer science principles class, which I think we're all very proud of. And then, at least for me, my computer science principles individual task that I created, which I was also very proud of. It's a space astronaut themed game. So
I created a game for my final project, my AP test, which was a shopping game where I had a list of different items that you can have, and in the list it would randomly pick 9 different things that you use, and then you click on all the items you need, and then you click on the next aisle and then find all the items you need, and if you clicked on the wrong item, it would reset everything back. And it's times 2, sorry. Oh my god, don't even.
I created a dinosaur game as my final project, where you needed to move the dinosaur away from a flying rock.
Who are some of your role models in coding?
One of my personal role models is definitely our computer science teacher, Ms. Bergenzelli, just because at least for me, I felt having a female computer science teacher was really she was very supportive of us, and I feel like she also showed us that, you know, there are women in the field and that there was someone to look up to like her. So
My personal heroes in the computer science field would definitely be my dad, because he is the director of IT at University of New Haven, and he helped me out a lot when I have problems with my projects in my computer science class. And also Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughn, and Mary Jackson, who are on the Hidden Figures movie, who have really helped with the step to having girls be in coding and be really valued.
One of my role models is Grace Hopper, who developed the first compiler, which translated mathematical code into machine-readable code.
What's that mean?
it means like that you take a high-level programming language like Java or Python and translate it into lower-level computing languages like binary that the computer can read, because what you write in and what the computer reads in are very different.
How do you think doing this Girls Who Code program and teaching all these young children have helped you grow and develop as people and as coders?
Definitely, like, when you try to teach someone something, you generally will learn more about it, because you have to put in your own terms. Like, there's some, vocab words or whatever. Sorry.
Like definitions and concepts that we need to simplify to help the children understand them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it allows us to take our own knowledge and like relearn it and really solidify it so that we know what we're talking about, and so that the girls know what we're talking about as well.
And when they ask you questions, like when you think about something, because sometimes they ask good questions, sometimes not. But when they ask like questions that like even you don't know, then that's also a learning opportunity for you.
I mean, I think it's also allowed us to grow as people, because we're not only teaching coding, but we're building relationships with these girls and, you know, learning their personalities and getting to know them, which I think has been a really fun experience for all of us, because it allows us to really, you know, get to know the younger generation and some of the things that they're interested in. And yeah.
What are your favorite memories, like, with computers or in the Girls Who Code program?
Definitely how frustrated I feel when my code won't work.
Within the Girls Who Code, one of my favorite memories is there was this one girl who was very, very shy in the beginning, but by the end she was like coming out of her shell a little bit more, and it kind of made me feel that we created a safe environment for her to, you know, ask for help and be more confident in herself, which I thought was really sweet.
Personally, for me, something that like really like makes me happy when we do this is when like someone might be like struggling with something, and then like from across the room I just hear like oh my god, I get it, and like we don't even have to go and help them.
I like when the girls are able to help each other if they are able to figure out a program, and then they're able to kind of give each other pointers and guide them through it.
I liked when one girl made a game called Run Away from Keith and Inoculum.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.